Talk to me about the Teal seats, because what's very interesting tonight, we've obviously seen Tim Wilson not just win Goldstein, but he's won it back. Now, everyone said he wouldn't be able to win it back, he wouldn't get it back from a female Teal because she'd been so repudiated. He took the mine, he won pre-selection obviously, and he's won. Why has that worked?
Well, I think the victory of Tim Wilson and, of course, Dan Teal holding off the Teals in one and potential other defeats of Teals reveals a few things. Maybe Peter Dutton wasn't quite as toxic as we thought on Saturday night because Tim Wilson has won Goldstein. But what Tim Wilson did was around Goldstein, and I know Tim well and I worked with him at the IPA, he didn't veer to the left. He wasn't talking about climate change. He didn't deviate from his values.
So he didn't become sort of Teal?
No, he absolutely repudiated this argument that the Liberal Party needs to be left-wing. I'll tell you what he did. He worked hard. He demonstrated that uncontrolled immigration is affecting housing in the area. He ran a very strong economics agenda, and he did what not enough Liberals did, which was point out that the Teals and Zoe Daniel were supporting a terrible, dangerous government that was destroying Australia economically, and he demonstrated that if you have the conviction of belief, you don't have to veer left, you don't have to veer right, you have to stand by your conviction. And he's overturned all of those left-wing orthodoxies that we've heard from Saturday night from left-wingers who, of course, say the Liberal Party should be more left-wing. Of course they would say that. So I think Tim Wilson's demonstrated a model for Liberals going forward.
Chris Uhlmann said something last night that really struck me. We talked that the Teals were created basically to keep the Libs out of power. But he made the point, the Teals are to the Liberal Party what the DLP was to Labor. And there was a reckoning there that took, 2 decades or more. The difference here with the Teals, of course, is they are getting millions and millions of dollars from people who want their own private investments in renewables to get ahead. So they are financially motivated to keep renewables in the system, not about the best energy mix for Australia, but they have a pecuniary win out of this.
And isn't that the great irony? The Teals, the irony of the Teals talking about transparency, talking about the evils of lobbyists when they have taken such an advantage of the system. And one of my criticisms of Peter Dutton is that on the first day he became leader, he should have said it's the end of net zero. The Liberal Party, the coalition, will prioritise security, affordability and reliability of energy, and he would have cut the ground out from so much of that renewable energy and sustainable system.
And that's where Tony Blair's gone now.
Exactly. So I think there's so many lessons that we are now learning as the results are coming in from Saturday, and it also reveals that sometimes things take a little while to unwind.
So it's not as good as it seems, and it's not ever as bad as it seems.
As you said last night, Peter.
There we go, John Roskam, thank you.